Hey guys, before this video starts, I just want to say thank you so much for 5,000 subs. It means a lot to me, and we've worked very hard to reach this goal. So yeah, I'll keep trying my best to put out quality content, and without further ado, let's get into the video. Deepwoken, a free roam RPG where you can choose different attunements and pick over 200 unique weapons with their own abilities. But the coolest part, every build can be different. In this video, you might hear the word build thrown out a lot, so let me explain what it means. A build is a slot on Deepwoken that has an attunement, or it could be attunementless, a weapon picked out, an oath, a certain stat order which grants the user certain talents, and a particular resonance, also known as bell. After combining all these things, you are left with a build that can be unique or it could be standard. Deepwoken Builder is a website that serves as a blueprint of sorts. It allows you to pick out certain stats for a build, which allow you to get certain talents. These talents are the core of your build and will either make or break a build. As a new player, the system is pretty advanced since it requires knowledge on what talents are in the game and how to get them, so as a new player, I would advise taking builds from YouTubers who are credible, like me. Resonances, also known as bells, are a power that can be obtained after killing a certain number of bosses. This number of bosses can be shrunk by getting an echo modifier called Resonance Progress. You can also get an echo modifier called Resonance Rarity, which gives you a higher chance of getting a rare or legendary bell. There's no exact number of bosses you need to kill to unlock your bell, but there's an NPC called Cybex who will let you know how far away you are from getting it. Echoes are sort of like notes, the endgame currency in Deepwoken. You get them by doing unique and cool things on one of your builds, and when you eventually wipe that build, you will be rewarded with echoes. You can increase the amount of echoes you get by putting on slot modifiers that might make you take double fall damage, lose all your armor, or lose notes every time you take damage. Like many other fighting games, Deepwoken has weapons. Weapons are categorized into 7 classes: light, medium, heavy, hybrid, elemental, offhand, and exclusive. Light weapons tend to deal less damage but swing faster, whereas heavy weapons swing slower but deal more damage. Here are what some elemental weapons look like. In the description below, I provided a link to the Deepwoken wiki where you can find different weapons, what they look like, and choose the one that's right for you. Choosing a weapon is the most important part of your build because you'll use it to kill people, and you will get certain talents depending on the weapon you choose. Attunements are the magic in Deepwoken. There are 8 attunements, most of which have their own paths you can go which give your attunement special powers at the cost of changing it. For example, Frostdraw is the ice magic in Deepwoken. You gain the ability to slow people, and some talents allow you to freeze people. However, if you gain enough Frostdraw points, you can unlock Glass Path Crystallization, which removes your ability to slow people, and in exchange, you put crystals in them, and after a couple stacks, they explode, dealing large amounts of damage. You have to unlock a couple of the cool attunements like Blood and Ironsing, but the basic ones should be unlocked for you at the start. Check out the wiki page in the description below. So now that we've covered what Deepwoken is, what builds are, and what bells are, how do you actually play the game as a new player? Before telling you, there's something crucial I've been keeping from you, and I'm sorry. It's the map. There are 2 luminants in Deepwoken, the Eastern and the Etrian. The Etrian luminant is where a new player will spawn in, and I recommend you spawn at Isle of Vigils. Here you will explore a beautiful little island where you can fight a trainer and learn how to parry. Parrying is the most important mechanic in Deepwoken and allows you to fight anything and everything. If you also want to, in the Deepwoken menu you can choose combat training, which will also allow you to practice fighting. Once you have learned how to parry and also have an understanding of movement, you are ready to fight your first monsters. Wow, look at you. You've come so far. You know how to parry, you know how to move, you've selected a build, and now you're ready to start leveling up. In Erisia, you will find monsters like Sharkos, Mudskippers, and Golems. Once you've learned how to kill all these, you might stumble upon Duke Erisia's Manor. Here, you can fight the Duke, but you need to do the Manor Key quest first. I suggest watching a video I provided in the description below, which will show you how to do Duke. Fighting Duke will give you bell progress, but as a new player, I recommend fighting him when you are already max level and have a couple of friends to help you. In the Etrian Luminant, you can find another island called Etris. At Etris, you can start the Manor Key quest, get Just Karita, which is a fist fighting style, and a lot more. I recommend walking around and talking to all the NPCs you can. There is one final major island in the Etrian Luminant known as Minityrsa. A lot of people call it different things. I call it Minityrsa, some call it Ministria, whatever. Here, you can do the Trial of 1, a very difficult challenge that gets you from power 1 to power 4 in a couple minutes, but beware, this hard challenge requires you to kill monsters you have never seen before, so you will probably die. At Minityrsa, you can also get Jet Striker, one of the many oaths in this game. Lots of builds in Deepwoken require you to do something called Shrine of Order. This shrine lets you even out your stats, allowing you to keep high stat talents while being under the stat requirement for them. When you go through the large gate and go to the other luminants, the first place you will enter is Songseeker Wilds. Here you can find the Shrine of Order and a church where you can go for the Star Kindred Oath. That's about all Songseeker has to offer. Sailing further, you can find islands like Summer Isle, Miner's Landing, and Starswept Valley. Here is where I recommend you spend your time. You can collect missions on the mission board and kill threshers, which will give you great experience, and you can max your build to power 20 here. But you're probably wondering, why is there a big green door here? Well, I'm glad you asked, because no one likes this door, so let's go get rid of it. Congrats, you have maxed out your build. You're ready to now get a Murmur. There are two sort of easy Murmurs to get, Tacit and Ardor. Ardor, you get from killing Kaido, a boss in the Void Sea, which can be spawned with an Ardor manifestation. Tacit you get from an NPC called Cestus located at Meteor Isle. The last Murmur, Rhythm, you get from Layer 2. In the description below, I provided links to all bosses in Deepwoken and how to kill them. I recommend watching them because you will need to kill bosses in order to get your bell, and there are so many of them that you're bound to kill at least a couple of them. The depths are a scary place. You either died twice or you took a whirlpool to get here. In order to escape, you must find the Cathedral of Interstice, where you can take an elevator up and kill a hard monster to escape, which is usually the Enforcer if you're a max level. Once you kill him, you will ascend back to the overworld with 2 lives, but if you die, you will wipe and lose your slot forever. Unless you pay 1,000 Robux, then you will get it back, but you can only pay 1,000 Robux once per slot, so spend it wisely. Congrats, you have finished your build, you have a bell, and you have a cool weapon. You might have even picked up some armor along the way, and you killed cool monsters too. This video covers all important parts of Deepwoken, and it's a lot of info, so as most people say, just play the game. You'll learn a lot of things through just playing by yourself, and I remember when the game first came out, there were no maps, there were no wiki pages, you kind of had to learn everything on your own. And I got super lost a lot of the time. However, I feel like that's what made playing the game so much fun, you know, getting lost and going on a journey. Take builds from YouTubers like me and other credible YouTubers, but level up the build the way that you want to. So yeah, if you guys have any more questions, or if there's anything I didn't cover, please reach out to me. The Deepwoken wiki is very useful, but it can be very confusing at times, so it's really nice to be able to ask actual people what they think. And yeah, in the description below, I'll provide links to basically every relevant wiki page. It's a lot to look over, so don't stress too much about it. But yeah, once again, if you have any questions, you can reach out to me on Discord, and I'll try to respond to everybody. And, you know, if you guys like these sorts of videos where I make tutorials, please let me know. I'll try to make some more. If there's anything you want to see, like you want to see me go kill ferrymen, I'll go kill ferrymen. I have a lot of ferryman kills. I've been killing them for years, so I'm pretty experienced with that. But anything just along those lines, let me know. And take care, and I can't wait to see all the new players join Deepwoken. Bye-bye.